underlie effective communication.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, I've been in education for a long time, like nearly 23 years. So I've probably become adept at doing things that I'm not even aware that I'm doing anymore.
Yeah.
And usually that's reading somebody. And sometimes people, communication doesn't work so well because people have other things, or
Other views.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
other perspectives, they have other agendas. Sometimes they're not really, sometimes people who come to communicate with you, they're there to sometimes just lay blame, and they want to vent, and
you don't get that time to put your side of the story in, or
sometimes it's not the right time to
right,
do.
yeah.
It's about knowing, well, this is what this person needs to do at the moment. You're always trying to get, like I said, that you want a win-win. But I'm always listening, and listening doesn't just happen with my ears. It happens with paying attention to how the person behaves and what I suspect is really going on sometimes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's pretty, it's not simple.
Yeah. So basically this process of effective communication is over a long period of time. It's not like an instantaneous thing where you can step into the workplace and boom, you've got it. You're an effective communicator. Are you saying it takes time?
I think you get better over time. I think obviously experience, making mistakes is often how you learn. Yeah. Sometimes, I've definitely communicated in ways with people where I've probably escalated an issue rather than resolved. Yeah. So I've learnt from those mistakes. Yeah. Maturity, experience, they all help. I think, I've definitely, but I work on, I always want to do better at it the next time, and I think if you've got that attitude,
that's great.
I think if you're interested in helping people and serving people, you will continue to grow in all the right ways. But yeah, it does take time, and it's vitally important. In my particular profession, I probably wouldn't have been promoted without, you can't fulfill those promotional positions if you can't manage communication effectively.
Definitely. Yeah. Before we wrap this up, is there any advice or tips that you could give me into going into my profession? I'm studying paramedic science, as you know, but what would be some pointers that you would give me into going into that workplace or workforce?
Your area is completely different from mine, but I think definitely, like I said, if you come from a service-oriented space in your mind where you're there to help somebody else, it's not about you, it's about helping somebody else. I think that's probably the number one tip. You've got to be able to step aside from your own ego and your own agendas and be interested in the other person. You've got to have that win-win mentality. I think you don't want to be a doormat, and that's important. You've got to be able to stand firm in the things that are important and are non-negotiables for you. But ultimately, you don't want to do that in a way that, steps on somebody else's.
Yeah, like you don't want to discourage that person.
Yeah. You want to make sure that it comes across that you're there for that person. I think, and always pay close attention to people, because communication is often more than words.
Yes.
So being able to read people, which I think you do pretty well, and never give up the desire to want to improve on how you did it that time, the next time.
Yeah. So overall, have a learning mindset, always knowing that you can improve.
Yeah, and reflecting on, in teaching and education, we're always reflecting on, well, how we went about doing something, what was the outcome from doing it like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And, like if a situation is resolved really well, where people walk away happy and everybody feels like they got their needs met, usually you can reflect and think, I didn't do that too bad.